Hi, this is Hannes from KISSIN Dynamite, and you are listening to Rockum Radio.
And Jimmy played the six-string man I won't forget. Raise your glass.
Could you tell us about the creative process behind this new album?
Yes, I can. To put a very long story short, which started with the pandemic and everything, we all know about that shit. When we released Not the End of the Road and not knowing if everything is going back to normal again and if our fans would have forgotten us when they finally comes and we were able to play live again.
Mm-hmm.
When that moment finally came and we could play shows and we saw that they were sold out and even more people came.
Mm-hmm.
Especially we felt overwhelmed because it was 2 years of nothing before, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And to play like such a successful last tour made us extremely hyped and refueled our batteries and tanks and like with so much enthusiasm, excitement and positivity in the end that we couldn't help but write songs that are filled with that vibe, you know. So Back with a Bang is not a comeback album. Back with a Bang is the moment when we finally received such amazing live feedback. We said to each other, fuck yes, we are back. How we wished to be back, you know, and now we finally were back. And not just back, but back with a bang. So this came perfectly natural through the last tour. So we wrote songs that encaptured this very pure optimism and energy.
Mm-hmm.
And those songs are written to be played live.
Okay.
So I can't wait for the next tour to come.
How would you describe the sound and style of this album compared to your previous releases?
There's a big difference in the sense of why we did it. Now you have learned about the sense of the new record, Back with a Bang. Compared it to the last record, Not the End of the Road, which was a pandemic album. It dealt with very dark topics, completely natural because we had dark thoughts, you know, like we couldn't do anything as a band,
Mm-hmm.
couldn't play in front of people, we couldn't bring out new music. So we wrote this last record when basically the time stood still. And so there were songs like Gone for Good, Scars, Defeated, like dark topics that made us think, okay, we have to do something. It's cannot be over. And this is also how Not the End of the Road, one of our biggest hits, was written, because at some point we thought, okay, we cannot look pessimistically in the future because we destroy ourselves by that. We have to have hope. And Not the End of the Road, for example, is a song about hope. So coming from dark times, Not the End of the Road, to very, very bright days, which capture Back with a Bang, you see the difference cannot be bigger.
The Devil is a Woman is your latest single. What is the story behind this track and how did it come together?
At first, I must say it's not a very serious song. It is a fun party song, right? So we don't deal with this topic 100% with seriosity, but you are tempted as a rock band to think that the devil must be a woman, because, to put it in nice words, over more than 15 years of our career, we've met some girl that, let's put it that way, that which didn't have the best intentions. Okay, so as I said, you're tempted to think like that, but honestly talking, I don't even know if I believe in such thing like the devil But if there is a devil, it's just a nice imagination that it's not a man but a hot woman, right?
Okay, okay, okay. Can you walk us through the recording process for Black Back with the Bank? Where was it recorded and who was involved in this production?
I am a producer myself, a professional producer, so I produced the record in my own studio, and that is a very cool thing because normally bands book time in a studio and they are rushed in order to get their record done.
Mm-hmm.
And if they are not finished, they have to book time again, and so everything gets more and more expensive and stuff. So we don't have to deal with that shit because we as a band, we can meet in my studio and we can work as long as we want to receive the perfect result when we are 100% satisfied with the record. So that's a big advantage that we guys have. And so you can imagine the recording process was super efficient, super structured, and very cool in terms of, okay, just come over real quick. We need to fix some more guitar takes and whatever. So that was the nicest way of doing a record because you can 100% focus on creativity and not being bothered by outer troubles such as studio time, distance, flights, or whatever, you name it.
So, how do you balance being both the vocalist and the producer for the band?
I get asked that a lot. I don't see a problem because I don't know it any different. I always work like that. I do 2 or 3 weeks only one band. Like I also produce different bands, not just my own band.
Mm-hmm.
And I do the same procedure for everyone. So I work 2 or 3 weeks in a row for my band KISSIN Dynamite, and then I put it aside so I don't lose my objectivity, And after a time, I put it back on the table, listen with fresh ears, and then I can perfectly decide what is good and what is not, what needs some steps to fix things or to make changes here and there and everywhere, and which songs, for example, are already perfectly in shape. So it's just a matter of concept in your head that makes the thing work. It's, of course, you tend to be a chaotic, creative mind if you work constantly for months on your record and you don't know what is good or what is not anymore because you don't see through a forest of trees anymore.
Mm-hmm.
But I never do that. I try to be like always structured in my head and think about, okay, now I need a break from that, and then I take a different band I'm working on. And for after 2 or 3 weeks working on this project, I put that aside as well. So that's the way I work best.
Okay. The track listing for Back with the Dank includes songs like My Monster, a single, Raise Your Glass, another single, and Queen of the Night. Can you give us some insights into these tracks?
My Monster is very a personal song because it deals with the monster deep inside us. And I say that every human being on this planet, no matter if rich, poor, black, white, whatever, wherever you come from, we all have a monster deep inside.
100%.
For some people, it's not visible, not obvious, and they are lucky because their monster is deep down somewhere and not playing a big role,
Mm-hmm.
For other people who suffer from, for example, depression, panic attacks, negative thoughts, at least, the monster is above the surface and might even taken over control.
Mm-hmm.
So I've been through that. I had a depression a couple of years ago, and I learned a very important lesson about myself because before I had that, I was completely happy. Everything worked perfectly in my life. And I thought some sort of depression can never happen to me. And this is arrogant, you know. A lot of people have the arrogance to think this is somebody else's problem. I don't get affected by that. But the truth is, you all get affected by it sooner than you think. So prepare yourself from getting in troubles like that, because believe me, if you go through some shit like that, it's hard to get out of it. I luckily did, but I took also help, outer help to do so. And this is when I formed the imagery in my head with the monster, because I'm convinced that everybody has a monster deep inside. So the thing is, I think it's a lie to say you can kill the monster and be forever happy in your life. It's a constant struggle. You can win the struggle on time when you really constantly think about yourself, reflect yourself. Where am I in life? Do I feel good right now? Do I feel healthy? Do I need something that I should be at first be clear that I need it, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And such things are nothing else than tools in the end. And if you work well with your tools, then you can beat the monster down below the surface, and it doesn't play a big role, and then you feel happy. So I compared it to a race. It's about being faster. Once the monster is in the lead, then you have a problem, right? So my best advice to every human being on this planet is always question yourself where you are in life, and if there is work that you have to do for your own health and not for others, because you are the creator of your own luck.
Absolutely. Good answer. Like it. Now,
that's the story behind my monster.
I will listen to Monster more. This band has seen significant success in the German album charts and the rock radio airplay charts. What do you think has been the key to your success?
I think it's two things. We have the talent to write very good songs, but a lot of bands do have that and don't have success. But let's put it that way, that's the main condition, okay? If you're not a good songwriter, you basically don't earn a shit when it comes to your career, because you need good songs, right?
Yes. Really?
The second thing, and it's almost as important as to have good songs, is to have strong power inside your body and mind to go even through hard times without quitting.
Mm-hmm.
I know this is something we hear all day, like from everybody, but especially for the music industry, it is so true, because it's a very tricky industry, and it's a lot of competition, and it's not at all comparable to like normal jobs, like being a bank accountant, being a police officer, or being okay, that's not a normal job too, but you get my idea. So it's about constantly, even at nights, you dream about your work. There is no Sunday, no Saturday, no nothing. You really work your ass off to make something happen, because it's that hard. And we are one of those bands that has the power to do so, because that's not how do you say, you cannot take that for granted. Some people don't have that big batteries, you know what I'm talking about? At some point they feel exhausted faster than others, and we are lucky to have those batteries. So we constantly work on our success. That's, plus the good songs, is, I guess, our secret.
What message or emotions do you hope listeners take away from this new album?
To be just for a moment in a different world, because in this real world we all live in, a lot of shit happens
Mhm.
every second. I mean, I don't want to say too much negative stuff, but you get the idea: wars, famines, whatever. So for just a moment of 90 minutes at a Kiss and Dynamite show, or listening our album through, we want to take our fans and our listener away from all those struggles, from all those problems, and lead them by the hand into a nice world, one that is fun, one that is entertaining, one that is full of freedom, you could say, and enthusiasm. That's the main goal of Kiss and Dynamite.
Hey, you tour with major acts like Motley Crue and play at numerous festivals. What has been your most memorable live performance to date?
Yeah, we played with Motley Crue. The most memorable experience was when I came off stage and like the set was finished. I walked down the stairs, and all of a sudden I saw by the side of the stage Tommy Lee, like the Tommy
Right.
Lee.
Well, Tommy Lee, yeah.
Yes, who obviously watched our show, you know,
Yeah.
and I didn't dare to go to him and say something to him. He would come to me, touching my shoulder and saying, "Well done, boy, well done."
Oh
And that
my God.
that was like crazy. And I thought, okay, is this happening for real right now? So that was a fanboy moment, I must say, and one memory that I will probably keep forever.
Wow. When you're not making music, what do you enjoy in doing in your free time?
Ooh, that's a tough question. I started to raise chicken.
Roast chicken.
I wanted to have some how do you say, like the complete opposite of the rushy world, being on the road all the time, and being um, on stages and high noon, and fans go crazy and I go crazy. I wanted to have the complete opposite in my life in order to gain some balance.
Uh-huh.
So I built a chicken, how do you say, like
Farm.
house. Yeah, you could say. And so they didn't move in already, but all is set to
Yeah.
go,
Yeah.
and this is a very exciting time for me right now, because after the release, we definitely are gonna have chicken, so that's gonna be a fantastic thing.
Crazy question, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. If Kissing Dynamite were a type of food, what dish would best represent the band and why?
Hmm. That's a question I've never been asked. Um, well, since we come from southern Germany and we are very proud of our own food culture here, I would say we're Spätzle. I don't know that you will not know Spätzle, but
No.
Spätzle are some sort of noodles that are only cooked here in
Uh-huh.
southern Germany,
Other
and
German.
they are very tasty. You can do them with cheese, you can do them with sauce, and it's in just an incredible side dish basically for everything. Not saying that we feel like a side dish, but it's just that tasty, and I think Kiss the Dynamite is tasty too. So I
Oh, okay,
take
okay,
Spätzle.
okay. What the most bizarre or unexpected thing that has happened to you while on tour?
Once the whole travel party was sick, like flu, and
Right?
we had a show, and I guess we never ever canceled even one single show in 17 years out of sickness. And this day was pretty close to cancellation because we all felt really awful, but we still didn't do. So the intro was already playing. We
Uh-huh.
were just about to go on stage. One ran to the other side, the other ran to the opposite side. Both buckets placed, puking in it,
Oh my
like
God.
during the intro. Then ran on stage, playing the show, coming off stage, puking again. So that was really
Bizarre. Yeah.
not the nicest experience. Like you asked about a bizarre experience. That was kind of bizarre.
Oh my God. And the last one. If you could have any superpower for one day, what would it be and how would you use it?
It would definitely be to fly.
Fly.
Yes, because as a kid, basically, back then, I always watched the birds and admired their how free they must feel. Like their complete freedom. They could go wherever they wanted.
Yes,
So like fast and without borders, without checking in, or they just could go wherever they wanted.
Nice.
And see the world from above also fascinated me, so it would definitely be to fly. But I'm not a guy who would do a license for a plane or something. So I would only fly if my body could fly, just like a superpower. You named it.
Okay. Do you have any special message or last words for your fans listening to this interview?
Yes, I want to greet all the fans in Canada. I want to say we are constantly working on plans to finally come to North America. So always keep tuned to our social media. And I would love if you guys listen to our new record, Back with a Bang. Maybe if you can even buy it physically, because that helps a band the most. Believe it or not, this is super important. And I hope to see you soon. And nice that you're there.
So raise your glass.